Time for Bomber versus GuMiho here at the GSL Code. I'm Wolf, with me is Caldor, and I can't wait.
Yep, Terran versus Terran. Map number 1 is going to start pretty soon. We have Bomber up against GuMiho, FXO versus StarTale. There's a lot of FXO guys here. I actually met Choya in the bathroom. The guy is so funny. He actually pees, and it's my turn, and he's like, oh, Caldor. I'm like, what's going on? He turns around and he has those 2 GSTL pins with the victories in his hand. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That's pretty awesome, but we're in the bathroom, dude. I'm peeing right now. What do you want?
Listen, one day you're going to get used to these bathroom parties, I swear.
Yeah. Well, we have our first map in this Terran versus Terran. At the bottom right, the StarTale player starts in the red. It is StarTale's Bomber. And of course, he's up against his opponent to the top left. But first of all, we get a shot of him.
Red Bull Bomber.
Yep. Jumped out of a plane. Now he plays StarCraft. Top left, his opponent, the Towel Terran GuMiho, the GSTL champion, FXO.
There he is.
God, GuMiho, I hate you so much. Everyone is freezing. We're sitting here in jackets and he wears a t-shirt.
I think he must have the heat on. There's no way.
The same booth was used by that other guy for Dream. I think Dream used the same booth and actually wore a jacket in there, and he is sitting there in a t-shirt. Ah! I hate you, GuMiho. I hate you. Bomber hates him as well. Bomber actually said earlier, Bomber was on the bench and I talked to him and I was like, so how do you feel? He's like, I hate GuMiho. The guy is so good. He is so amazing. It's really just a pity to play him. And he said he faced him so many times in the GSTL and GSL, and most of the time he lost. So he does not feel too confident with this series. Legend, I love you.
Legend actually was brought us a heater, a space heater.
I cannot.
I asked him earlier, are there any hot pads? And he actually just brought me the space heater. And now I can sit here calmly, be careful with those shoes.
I cannot believe that he did that. I was wondering what he was doing here.
I was wondering too. I saw him trying to find a plug and I was like, I'm like, oh, there was some technical issue. Then actually, he just brought us the space heater.
That is the best. I have to take that guy out to dinner or drinks or whatever. That is awesome.
Shoutouts to GSL Observer. You can find him on Twitter. It's Legend. Observes our games here at the GSL.
Add him and send him a tweet and let him know that he is such a boss. Not only when he is on, on observer duty.
Yeah. By the way, faster factory here, of course, for GuMiho. Bomber goes for the Reaper expand instead. And with this Reaper expand, we'll be able to scout what's up and should be able to get stim out quickly and defend against Banshee play.
And GuMiho is, this guy is on such a roll. If you haven't watched the GSTL finals just yet, then, definitely make sure to turn on the sound for at least 10 seconds. This guy was actually playing as the 4th player of his team, and he was able to take down 3 opponents. He completely destroyed Team MVP. In the last season, he was the one player who succeeded in winning the entire final for his team without dropping in a map against Team Slayers, and now he kind of did it again. 3 wins for him, finished the things off, and now he's up against Bomber. GuMiho was not able to play or to prepare specifically against Bomber as much as he really wanted to, but just in general, his skill level is insane. The guy is sick. That guy is so good.
I feel like with GuMiho, unlike a lot of players, the more pressure that's on him, the better he does. And that's something that is actually really rewarding. So I think that, if he feels the pressure here today, he's going to really perform well. If he doesn't, he's going to perform at least as well as GuMiho normally does, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
that Reaper actually gets lucky and finds a Hellion, but he's trying to chase it and he's not going to be so successful.
No, not quite. The Hellion actually gets out here. For me, this is a really weird game because I like both of those guys quite a lot. And, Bomber, I feel it's really uncomfortable, really unfortunate for both of them that they have to face each other in the second round.
Yeah. The Hellion is smiling in the corner here, but the second Hellion will be able to get in. That Reaper is so far not so useful in really scouting anything. He was able to help deny a Hellion, but the second Hellion actually gets in the main base. And this is a big problem, not because he's going to lose SCVs, but now all of Bomber's build is known to him. And finally, the units get there. He doesn't actually kill any units with that Hellion, at least not yet. But again, the bigger issue is that he's seen everything.
Yeah. He has the scouting information, but on the other hand, there are not too many holes in that build. He even has the engineering bay now up. He can use the missile turrets as soon as he spots that there is going to be some Banshee pressure.
Yeah.
And the economy for Bomber is really good. He has these expansions so much faster. So this build really works for Bomber so far.
Stem is almost done. This is what I was talking about earlier with the Reaper Expand. Usually you have that stem right when the Banshee gets there.
He needs to be very careful because he doesn't have too many Marines. He's getting 5 at a time, and that of course helps him.
Yeah. You know, I see that you're trying to warm your feet on that heater.
Hey, it works so well, you have no clue. My feet feel awesome now.
That's good. I would even take your shoe off if you can try that.
You know, you are actually
I think that might help you, but
I just had some respect for you because I'm not quite sure if I actually showered today, so
yeah, I don't think your feet's gonna smell. It's gonna be just warm, and everybody's gonna be happy.
Oh my god.
And
if I suddenly start snoring, Wolf, wake me up.
I'll wake you up. Don't
I
worry.
feel really comfortable right now.
The cloak field is actually almost done. I'm a little surprised he didn't cancel that, considering his opponent's totally prepared now.
That's true. That's really a little bit odd because the cloak, he must have seen that this is not going to be the best way for him to engage this.
He didn't get a turret hit the natural though. That's a little bit surprising.
Yeah, but you know, even if he only covers one of his bases, then this will limit the options for the Banshees, and with only one location, if he really prepares well with his Marines, he will at least be able to make a scan count. Especially since he has Stim. But of course the problem for him with the early Stim is he does not really have the he doesn't have the medivacs yet.
Yeah.
So he can't make up for the hit points that he loses every time he uses Stim.
And look at this, the Banshee actually now going into the main, and there's no turret here either. I could have sworn he started one there. Now he's actually losing so much. Bomber is on a little bit of trouble here.
So too.
He doesn't even save scans. He could actually just die here.
That is horrible for him. That looks so good. That looks
All
awesome.
of his Marines are dead. He's going for an attack. GuMiho with really good micro here is shutting him down.
Ouch, that looked so brilliant for Bomber. He looked completely fine, and now look at this.
The scan may not even kill it. It's going to be close. He will get it.
Yeah, both of those just died, but Bomber has to do damage now. He just can't rely on just defending against those two. He needs to do damage, and he actually does, and he does a lot. Those Hellions will all die. Can Bomber do more though?
They're both at 38 supply, and SV count is almost dead even as well, 25 to 22 right now.
Yeah, GuMiho is losing a few more at the natural, and Bomber is actually running home.
Yeah, that one Marine wants to go and join his buddies.
You know, that aggression of Bomber kind of equalized things a little bit again, but I was really surprised that GuMiho did this much damage with those Banshees. I didn't expect this to happen. I thought that Bomber would be fine here.
That Banshee cloaked against the Marauder. I don't want you to see me when I kill you. Yeah, I actually agree. You know, if he had just one turret up, it would have been so much better, but two was what I expected to see. And that's why, you know, when you go for a Reaper Expand, it's so important to actually see what your opponent's doing. The Reaper was good at defending against that early Hellion play, but GuMiho with good micro is actually just really shutting down this pressure from Bomber. Even with combat shields and stim out, he's just doing so much damage to the Marines, keeping the Marine count low.
GuMiho is such a tough opponent. To face him in his best condition is unbelievably hard. He is so strong. It was such a close game when GuMiho and Hyun actually fought in the, I think it was the round of 16 in the GSL. And Hyun was really lucky to get out of those matches. He said so himself immediately after the games. Was like, my play today was actually not good, and GuMiho is such a strong opponent. I should have lost this, but somehow I won. So right now we have GuMiho once again attempting to get into Code S here.
You know, he's just doing so much damage. Again, the turret is neglected. He's going to kill several Marines on his way back. He will lose the Banshee, but so much damage done here.
Yeah, the Banshee is down, and as you said, the damage has already been done. We have 77 supply for GuMiho. Bomber is at 60 at this point and is trying to get even with his opponent again. The Harvester counts are actually at par, but it's not going to be easy for Bomber to get into this game. The whole time, GuMiho is the one who applies the pressure.
He's actually going to go and see how low these Marines still are because there's no medivacs. And
Still the problem.
Yeah, I think he's just going to attack with the Blue Flame Hellions with the Banshee support. And he even saves the Banshee here.
Yeah, he saved the Banshee. That scan doesn't do anything.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is actually probably going to be game for Bomber. I don't think he has enough to defend anymore.
That's it. That has to be it. That's just too much. Blue Flame is ready. He moves in. There are no medivacs, nothing. The Banshee is still there.
Not enough anti-air for the Banshee at all. The bunker was not ready, and now he's actually going to fight Marauders.
There aren't even Marines, and if you have to fight Blue Flame Aliens with SCVs, you know something is going wrong.
Something has certainly gone wrong in that case. GG. GuMiho taking a drink of water there in his cold booth.
Yeah, and Bomber, well, the streak that he talked about earlier today, that kind of holds true here. One game down against GuMiho. Map number 2 might actually prove to be too much for Bomber already. If GuMiho takes another win, Bomber will be in the up and downs.
Yep.
We've seen January. There we have it. Daybreak is going to be the next map. And man, GuMiho, his micro these days, it's just crazy. We have Lenok here, we have Joya here, all of those guys from his team crossing his fingers for him, supporting him.
Yeah, Bomber here with the StarTale coach though as his supporter. Yep. And he looked a little bit tired earlier when we were talking to him, but I think it might just be the cold affecting him like it's affecting all of us right now.
Yeah.
As mentioned, Daybreak is the map. It's another 2-player map, and GuMiho doing a great mech style in that last game. I feel like Bomber neglecting the turrets was his downfall, though.
I feel if he really built the 2 turrets, that he could have won the game, because he did a lot of damage. The problem was just that those 2 Banshees in his main base completely annihilated his mineral line. So, Bomber with one small oversight.
GuMiho has some sort of PC problem, it appears, so we actually have the Golem Wizard on the scene, and he is running over to try to make sure that this gets fixed as soon as possible.
It physically pains me to see GuMiho run around with a t-shirt.
Yeah, I don't know how he's doing that. But
I don't know how that works. That is just impossible. You should see everyone else in this studio. There's that girl that wears gloves right now. Another guy wears a hat and everything. It's just like no one would walk around in a t-shirt.
There was just someone standing at the back of the studio with a hood up and everything, and he looks like he's shivering a little bit. And I gotta say,
Jan runs awkwardly into his booth, L-style again, also just covered in clothes. And GuMiho's like, nah, it's fine. I have a t-shirt. It's like, what?
He did that when he was playing the GSL finals as well, and I was actually shocked.
He probably just wears the t-shirt because he wants to be polite and doesn't want to run around bare-chested.
Yeah. He's like, I was thinking about playing naked, but it may be against the rules.
Maybe it's a little bit too much, so I thought at least I'll wear a t-shirt.
Yeah. He's like, he just comes in, he's got like a towel around his waist, and he's got a towel on his hand. He's like, I am the towel. Alright, looks like everything is good to go. We are starting the game now. It's loading. Map number 2 is Daybreak. Bomber needs to turn things around here if he wants to get to that very important 3rd round of Code A.
Daybreak is loading. Bomber and GuMiho, they are ready. Whatever it was that made GuMiho run out of the booth for a second was fixed. And now it is time for the Terran versus Terran, game number 2. And our best of 3 here at the GSL Code A, day 1. Of course, the earlier session later on at 6 PM, we will start with the 2nd round.